Hi everyone. I have been sitting in my room back at my hotel in downtown Krakow, Poland for the last 2 hours, listening to Anna Visi and singing as loudly as I can, and yes, even dancing. I just spent the last 2 days at Auschwitz, about an hour outside of Krakow, and as insensitive and callous as it may sound, it's really the only way to recover, at least for me, with music, with singing, after something as ugly as I've experienced and as devastating as I've experienced. It was probably two of the most difficult days of my life, walking through one of the ugliest places on earth, a place of industrialized death. It makes you think. It makes you think about how lucky you are to be alive, how lucky we are to be alive. It makes you think about how evil man can be. It makes you think about learning from the past, although I have to say we haven't learned much. It's scary to see what's happening in Iraq today. It's scary to see what's happening in Syria, where hundreds of thousands of people have been murdered in the last couple of years. It makes you think back at what our own Greek ancestors experienced in Turkey in the 1920s as that anniversary approaches. But what happened at Auschwitz, if you will allow me to say, was worse, because it was institutionalized mass murder. Educated, civilized human beings sat around a table and planned every last door and every last road and every last building for this mechanism of death, just because these people were different. And this wasn't just about Jews. Yes, most Jews perished during the Holocaust, but this was about the Roma gypsies, it was about homosexuals, it was about political prisoners, because these people had a different ideology than what the Nazis believed to be pure and to be good. I saw and walked through an actual crematorium, an actual building, a gas chamber. You could still smell death in there. I walked through this cavernous building where at any given time they would herd 700 people in. These poor people, thinking they were taking showers, were actually gassed to death. And then they were sent over to the next room where they were placed, their dead bodies were placed in ovens and they were burned. This went on for years, from 1940 to 1944. The film that I'm researching for is a story about 400 or so Greek prisoners who arrived in Auschwitz in the summer of 1944. It's a remarkable story. Not a lot has been written about it. It took a lot of hours and hours of research in German, in Polish. I was very lucky to have a wonderful guide with me who has spent many years researching this part of the world and researching the Holocaust. And Peter was amazing. I don't know what else to say. It's just been a remarkable experience. Thank you to all of you who have been supporting me along the way with your wonderful messages and comments on Facebook. That's why I'm shooting this little video here for all of you. One of the things that struck me the most was the exhibition of children's shoes. 300,000 children died in Auschwitz. There's not much you can say. These kids didn't have a chance at life. They didn't have a chance at love. There was another exhibition There was another exhibition of children's art that was found in notebooks, etched on the walls, on scraps of paper. These were 5, 6, 7-year-old kids who didn't do anything wrong. Anyway, I'm going back to Anavisi now. Thank you all for your positive comments, and thank you all for your well wishes. Thank you.